It's the thrill of one more kill, the last one to fall. Will never sacrifice their will. Don't ever look back. Hey everyone, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with a VeVe, OMI, Definity, DEVVE, daCAT, SHIRO update video. The world is going to hell in a handbasket, guys. If you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. I love y'all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Commenting, like, hello, Dashi. Commenting, liking, subscribing is a free way to help support the channel. Non-free ways are Patreon and smashing that super thanks button down below. Super chats as well. What happened the last 20 minutes? The last like half hour. Let's take a look. We had stuff dump a little bit. A lot of that was because Donald Trump, like an hour ago, not like maybe 40 minutes ago, 30 minutes ago, says Iran should have signaled or should have signed the deal I told him to sign. What a shame and a waste of human life. Simply stated, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. I said it over and over again. Everyone should immediately evacuate Tehran. That is their capital city. And that is the, hold on, I just got all right, received. Give me one. I'm sorry. I'm trying to do a OTC deal for a couple of people, and I am border. Oh my God, again? Guys, this is not the time to be traveling in places that are not good. Oh, hold on. I have to see. Do I have to go for this? What countries is this border? There is a Djibouti. Which place is he bordering? Sorry, there's legit a friend of mine. Which border is he closest to? That's stuck in a foreign country and too far away, even if he was at the border. Because I know some people near this place, but it's not at the border. Dude, this guy is anyway, Iran about to get cooked tonight. And my friend might be as well. And I have to oh gosh. Oh, okay. Okay, all right, hang on. Go into maps. And it is never sacrifice their will. Only this is right below. All right, so meow. Not gonna say the name. Oh, it's like not even in the place that. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm getting so many messages here, and guys, he's fine for now, but he's stuck, and it's not a good place to be stuck in. And it's yeah, wow, he's about. Oh, okay, but even in this, so I think like Israel has no flights in or out for like the next couple of weeks, and it's affecting other countries too, which is evidently this one. And yeah, this is okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. I just got to get to this. I honestly I shouldn't even be live right now, but the show must go on, right? And let me. Right, got that alert. Okay. Copy. Hold on. Let me paste this. ERC20. Okay. Got it. Transaction being completed. Wednesday night. Okay, very good, very good. All right, sorry about that. Anywho, let's do all right, VeVe uses Hunt on Stackr. Perfect. All right, sweet. And I have an announcement that I'll probably do on Thursday. Doesn't really have to do with the channel, but it does have to do with me, and it might have to do with OMI as well. Oh shoot, there's a okay, yeah. Thursday is actually going to be a shorter day, because but tomorrow I have the OMI Homie show. All right, we're gonna try to get through this. All right, VeVe users Hunt on Stackr. There, and I think that's the thumbnail. There's this guy who knows this guy who knows this guy who knows this guy. Sorry, that's a SpongeBob reference. He had brought a message to the Facebook group for VeVe, and I can't find it right now. I don't know why. I know I used it for. Oh, right, here it is. It was from Sean Berg saying, first Superman purchase today, 50% off the floor damn near on Stackr. That is wild that you can get something. And again, let's say it was like 45%, right? I don't know exactly what he paid. Oh, actually, here we go. $97. And his floor was 141. That is very cheap in my opinion. I don't think that is, yeah, that is very cheap. What is the Superman floor? 59 in the market, so there's not a ton there. Oh, it's 142 in the market. Okay, that's pretty low. Maybe I should scoop up a couple. But again, for the amount of users that we have, like 700-800 a day, like that might continue going down. I know there's people that have multiple, but again, there's 8,000 plus mints, 8,800 mints. So I have another 10% on that. So this, so on the, but I mean, again, to get something for $97 is crazy work. And again, it's 450,000 in OMI. So somebody might be, and again, these people are probably like, they don't care because OMI is, in my opinion, is very undervalued. It is down about 1% on the day. We had kind of a dip in the middle of the day, then we had a little spike up at the end, and then basically Trump told everyone in Tehran, that's the capital city of Iran, to be like, nope, you should evacuate. So there's mass evacuations now. I thought kind of, yeah, the memes were fire, but it's kind of joking, like, hey, me and are we getting called back? Into the one I probably can't even go back because my back is destroyed. Not to say that they couldn't. Yeah, we'll write you a waiver. Just be on dispatch. Like, okay, I guess I could do that. Dispatch was stressful but fun. I got a medal for that, by the way. I got a couple of medals. There is a. So I guess we'll talk about that first. How we know that something is probably going down, even with the U.S. You have video footage of soldiers getting lobster. You only get lobster on 2 occasions. One is if you're already in a place in a deployed location, or you're about to be sent to a deployed location. I repeat, you really only get lobster on 2 occasions. When you're at a deployed location, or when you're about to be sent to a deployed location. So you have that as of a couple of days ago. And then you have there's something called a Pentagon Pizza Index, where based on the amount of traffic that you get at, like, and it could be any pizza place, right? Could be like Domino's, could be Papa John's, but based on the activity of pizzerias near the Pentagon will determine whether things are actually happening or things are just like not. And it's just like pomp and circumstance, right? That has been going nuts like the last week. So based on, okay, the Pentagon Pizza Index that's spiking in conjunction with the fact that soldiers be getting lobster, I would not be surprised if Trump uses the War Powers Act to go in and be like, yeah, You harmed American citizens. Like I don't know if American citizens have been harmed or soldiers have been harmed. I know Al-Assad was attacked the other day, and that is yeah. So I feel like Trump might use that War Powers Act, and they have like I think he has like 90 days to go in, really mess up some stuff, like go in and wreck things. And I don't mean that he's gonna fuck shit up. And I don't want to say it in a bad way, but remember in Team 4-Star where Goku's talking to Cell or Gohan's talking to Boo, and he's just like, "You're gonna die." That's pretty much what Trump would do. There's 0%. There is, I think, less than a 1% chance that Congress act. So again, you can't go to war without a declaration of war, but you can send troops out to settle a conflict. I think there's a very, very, very low percent chance that Congress actually acts or votes on a declaration of war with Iran. I think it's more just going to be war powers, then send troops to settle a conflict, and then that's it. But again, just throwing that out there. And that's just what most people are talking about tonight. It's what I'm getting a lot of messages about, plus other stuff. I also have to call my guy, Fudge. I have to give a message to my guy over here real quick. I can find this freaking group chat. Okay. Also check DM. Okay, there we go. That part's done. People seem to be on Stackr, not really caring that they're selling things at a major discount just because they want OMI. And up until like 2 hours ago, it seemed pretty good. Is that a new dog? All right, something's going on upstairs. Anyway, there's no. I would say there's no. I'm sorry, I'm hearing stuff upstairs. I have no idea what it is. Yeah, like I said, I don't think people care about the discounts that they're selling their stuff for because they're just getting OMI. And let's say you have something that's worth $150 like Superman, again, rounding up here, using easy numbers. Yeah, why not sell for a like 40% discount? Who cares about that when if you think that what you're selling for is going to go up like 10x? Again, I don't think people would really mind. And you have a lot of that's going on, and that's why I really think what Epic on chain is doing with those tier 1 PFPs, and they're going to unlock so much liquidity, hundreds of millions. We'll start with like when that comes out, tens of millions will come in relatively quickly. And I know it's like, okay, well, in the grand scheme of things, it's really not a lot. But when a lot of people are going to unlock some liquidity of some of their NFTs, their collectibles, like what do you think they're going to go into? Like they're likely not going to go into something great. They're probably going to go into something not great, and in hope for a quick flip, be like, yeah, well, if I unlock some of this liquidity here, I can get like $50,000. And then I could get in on this ground floor of this one. Like they could say, like, a dev could lie and be like, yeah, we got the sheep people on here, we got these people on here, they're going to invest. All we got to do is do this, and I'm going to do that in like 2 days. Like, yeah, I'll get in now. And then it never happens, and then it rugs. That's like, I know that's what's going to happen. Or you just put it in there and stuff goes bananas, and yeah, it's going to be an absolute bonanza. Some people are going to get wrecked, but there's going to be so much money to be made with that. And I'm really hoping that VeVe becomes interoperable at some point, where partners, Miles, Secret Rare Spider-Man, VeVe Gold logo, all happens to be able to unlock certain amounts of liquidity. I would love to be able to do that. Again, I'll probably be a lender in these cases, but sometimes if it makes sense, if it makes sense, it makes sense. Anyway, let's do my body. Characters, okay, very good, very good. Spare parts, very good. Let's take a look at some SHIRO here. Well, I guess what we were talking about OMI first. So OMI's down 1.25% on the day. The 0002188, 2.25 million in volume though. And DeepCoin's going to be, I'm going to say 31%. It is 45% of the volume. God damn. DeepCoin has over 1 million in volume just by itself. 45% of OMI's daily volume. 17% on Gate.io. That has almost 400,000 in volume and 350,000 in volume on MEXC. OKX is finally above 1%. It's like 2.25%. Base, so it's 50,000 in volume on there. For Base, it actually has 84,000. I knew a couple of people that bought today on Base, and I was like, nice, nice, good stuff. I hate that, annoying. Yep, yep. I hate that. Yeah, people can send scam tokens into a wallet, and there's no way to remove it. It sucks because if you interact with it, it drains the wallet. That sucks. Anywho, so that's OMI on the day, and again, you have people selling stuff at a pretty big discount just to get OMI. I'd love to do that with my number 41 logo. Anyone want to do it? Anyone want to do it? No? Takers? We'll see. Let's go to SHIRO here real quick and see what we have here. Yeah, not a great day for anything. SHIRO's down 6.7% on the day. There's 1.2 million in volume, though. They have a $4.8 million market cap. So this is actually 6062. This is really close to their low. Their low is 6046. It's 6148 right now. So you might actually get to, oh, I guess there was a lower low when it first got hacked. That was at 5.9. And it was at 5.9. Let me see the decimal here. 5.939. So I guess that's the bottom. But it's been around here. It might go a little bit lower. It might be a baseline. Who knows? Again, I don't really think this thing with Iran is going to go crazy. I think it's probably just going to be. I mean, I said this last time with Russia and Ukraine. Yeah, it'll be a couple weeks, and who knows? It could be going on for years, or it could not. Again, your guess is as good as mine. I have no idea anymore. But that's SHIRO. I said I was going to try to get a little bit more SHIRO next month. I don't know. We'll see. But I will be talking a lot more about another token next month. I'm not going to say which one it is yet, but it will be another token next month. And again, I'll keep you posted on it. Searching. We have, what are we going to do? We'll do daCAT here. daCAT's down 7.5%. Low of the day. There's 6,300 in volume. Most of that is obviously sell volume. $1.6 million market cap. Really want to keep that, and you just have somebody. And like, I know the person that sold, that just sold $4,000 worth of daCAT. I think because he knows that someone else is going to sell soon, and then on top of that, kind of just scared of like people panic sell. So happen to sell 4K worth, and then the people that might sell after, they eat up most of their supply. So instead of having to sell 75% of what they need, they might have to sell like 90% of what they need. The price continues to go down, maybe even more. And then on top of that, it's again, people are kind of worried about what's going on with Iran, and obviously, like, this isn't just what I talk about. OMI, SHIRO, and daCAT. Like, just look at the last, like, it's almost like a straight down. The last hour, Bitcoin's down over 1%, ETH is down 1.5, XRP is down 2.5, Solana's down almost 3, BNB it's down like 0.8%, so that's pretty flat. Tron down over a percent, Dogecoin down over 3%, Hype Liquid down over 4, Sui down over 3.5. Yeah, there just happens to be like a big trend among most of the top 100 that's down 3 or more percent. Some down 5. But yeah, it's really just because that I think WorldCoin's down 5 as well. I don't think, I just saw it. Fartcoin down 7, Celestia down 5. So yeah, not a very great hour. Again, is this just temporary? Probably. I mean, despite what else is going on, I would say at some point, again, unless it's like a World War III, I'm still expecting an alt season. Could maybe 1 or 2 things fall out, like maybe memes don't. There's no way that memes don't run. And I don't even care about most meme coins, but it's just easy to understand. You don't have to think about it. It's just I feel like they're gonna run. NFTs, same thing. I don't really have to think. That I guess you could have a little bit more depth, because NFTs a lot of times right nowadays can have utility. A lot of NFTs are just, again, for VeVe's high-end digital collectibles, nobody else really has that. The rest of them are kind of just JPEGs, which are fine if they have utility. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that's I still expect an alt season. If there is a World War III, then no, probably no alt season. Probably bear market's here early. But again, that is a World War III scenario, and I don't think that's very likely. I think that's just a small possibility out there. I'm sure Polymarket has it. All right. Polymarket, World War III. It has options for nukes. It doesn't nuclear weapon detonation, but that's Polymarket has at a 20% chance. Damn, Polymarket is not. Damn. Article. Okay, that's Trump. Okay, that's not it. Yeah, damn. On Polymarket, it's actually. Can I search anything else? Okay, World War III. Is that a thing? Can I just put WW3? That is not there. I guess Middle East. Okay. U.S. military action against Iran before July. According to Polymarket, it's a 46% chance of yes. Let me see what there's only $5,000 in volume on that, so it's not a lot, but honestly, I would bet yes. Okay, now it says 53%. That changed really quickly. Khamenei out as supreme leader of Iran by June 30th. People are saying no. I would say yes on that. Yeah, U.S. officially declaring war. That there's no way that happens. It's only 3% chance. 2 million in volume on Khamenei out as supreme leader of Iran in 2025. There's like a 61% chance for that. And again, there's 2 million in volume. Yeah, I agree with that 100%. So yeah, like I said, not just OMI, DEVVE, daCAT. I guarantee you everything we have today. Let's take a look at Definity real quick. Definity is down about 4%. Or actually, no, 3%. It says down to 2.9 cents. 2,200. daCAT had more volume. Wild. $5 million market cap, 4.4 million fully diluted. If it goes down to 2 cents again, I'm gonna go hard on it. What do we got here? Stackr, OMI, DEVVE. And again, that's Definity. I will have an announcement for Definity, I think on Thursday. But that is on Thursday. I do not have any news, or I won't comment on any pending news now. But definitely by Thursday, I should have some news in the Definity markets territory. I'll keep you guys posted on what it is. Well, I mean, I guess you'll just see. Oh, damn, daCAT took a hit. daCAT took a big hit. This guy's not going to get. All right, hang on 1 second. Yeah, this guy's not going to get as much as he thought. The last one to fuck. Krappy. I guess Krappy Bird is the one outlier here. It was up by 50% at one point. I think now, obviously, that's probably dropped. It's still up 40% on the day, 41%, which is wild. Part of that was because Dex Tools did an article about them. Let me go in and I think I actually posted it this morning. And shout out to Krappy Bird for being part of the daCAT universe. Yeah, so it says shout out to Krappy Bird for being mentioned on Dex Tools app. Love having them in the daCAT universe. And I'll go over that real quick. Dex Tools, the article says Krappy Bird isn't just another meme coin. It's a full ecosystem blending blockchain gaming, IP ownership, staking utility, and a growing cultural presence across Web3. With strong support from base OGs and a roadmap filled with innovative tools and entertainment, Krappy Bird, the outspoken defender of base, is shaping up to be one of the most ambitious meme projects in the space, and what makes Krappy Bird stand out in Web3. While many meme tokens fade after a short hype cycle, Krappy Bird is building some real long-term value with real tech, media exposure, and community-led features. 100% on-chain architecture. Krappy Bird game is built entirely on-chain using 5 interconnected smart contracts. It's the only fully on-chain Aviator Crush game live on base. Interaction is immutable and transparent, representing a genuine step forward for decentralized gaming. And deflation by design, the burn mechanism. Whenever a player loses in the game, 33% of the tokens are burned. This deflationary design encourages game usage and long-term token value, ensuring that every loss contributes to the economic scarcity of Krappy. More than a game, an arcade in the making. Krappy team isn't building just one game. Their long-term vision is to turn the Krappy Bird universe into a multi-game arcade, where Krappy is the only accepted utility token. This creates an ever-expanding ecosystem where gameplay fuels the token's demand. And you have intellectual property, recognition, and Web3 culture. They definitely have the IP. I made sure of that before they came in to the comic. To be featured in VeVe Comics, a first for base memes. Let's go. Krappy Bird, the only meme that originated on base, will be featured on the VeVe Comics platform via the daCAT universe. VeVe is the largest NFT platform in the world, with licenses like Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Lamborghini, Disney, and more. Trademarked. All right, I got to send this to David. I got to... let me go to David and be like, paste. Like, VeVe made it. Dex Tools mentions VeVe in this article. Says Krappy Bird will be on VeVe via the daCAT comics. Woo! Okay, that's cool. I think he'll like it. Maybe I shouldn't annoy him. But that was really fun to see that they had VeVe on there. Where was I? Protected worldwide. Trademarked and protected worldwide. Unlike most meme projects that operate in legal gray zones, Krappy Bird has global IP protection and registered trademarks, making it one of the few meme-based projects taking brand development seriously. Backed by base OGs and early Brett supporters, this project is gaining traction with support from respected names in the base ecosystem, including early supporters from the Brett community. Credibility adds weight to its aspirations of becoming a top-tier base native token. Ecosystem expansion, staking, community, rewards, and content. Upcoming features, staking community wheel. The Krappy ecosystem is set to launch staking features, and an innovative community wheel. Token holders will be able to spin the wheel daily depending on the holdings and win rewards from Krappy tokens and NFTs to branded merchandise. One of the most notable mechanics is the ability to accumulate development hours. When a user earns 10 hours, the Krappy team will build or develop anything the holder requests for free. This aligns with Base's builder-friendly culture and opens up new collaboration models. Media expansion, weekly shows and animated episodes. Krappy Bird will soon debut the Crappiest Moment of the Week. It's a recurring community-focused video segment, along with weekly animated series that brings the token story and characters to life. These media efforts aim to turn Krappy into a culturally relevant figure across Web3, not just a token. There's also AI agents in development. The project will also integrate AI-powered agents, further gamifying the Krappy ecosystem and allowing more complex interactive experiences for users and holders. All the signs that lead toward launching a smart app in the near future. Let's go. And Krappy Bird joins the Base Meme Index. Krappy Bird has secured a place in Elnin's group on Base, one of the best performing meme indexes, a curated selection of 8 to 10 of the most promising meme assets native to Base. This inclusion further legitimizes the project and aligns it with top-tier narratives in the ecosystem. Krappy Bird merges humor with serious infrastructure, fully on-chain gaming, IP, and staking. How do you balance fun with long-term credibility in Web3? Well, even if we are an army of dev pigeons, the Northern Star in our flight was always to remain true to our vision and almost embody ourselves with Krappy's personality. Humor is the result of developing infra and features that end up being funny, relatable, and authentic. All right, there's not too much going on here. Not too much left. Community Wheel allows users to win development time. What inspired this idea, and how do you see it impacting the builder culture on Base? They say, we've always wanted to give back to those passionate about developing, trying, experimenting, expressing themselves, and in Base, most of those people are like that. The idea came by from wanting to innovate a bit of the concept of staking while making it fun, engaging, and community-driven. Who says that trusting in a project as a holder should potentially reward you only with tokens? Wait till you see what we have in store for minting NFTs. The contract address is down below for Krappy Bird. I've had that there ever since they became part of the comic. But yeah, really, really excited to see them mention VeVe in here. We're talking about intellectual property and recognition and Web3 culture. I just screenshot that, so shout out to that. Great times. Anyway, let's do some DEVVE and see what the DEVVE's at today. I think DEVVE was actually up, and then I don't think it is now. I would see if this. Okay, here we go. Let's take a look over on Gecko Terminal real quick. It's still actually up 8% on the day to 51 cents, but it was at like 55 at one point. And then again, now at 51. But so it's been a kind of a rough couple of hours for it. But again, was up to over 55 cents, which is cool. Again, still up 8% on the day, so it's not bad. And oh yeah, a lot of losses here the last couple of that's a lot of losses. Anyway, yeah, looks good though, being up 41%. Krappy Bird, get that bread. That's it there. Let's say hi to everyone. What's up, Bill? How's it going, fam? Meow, 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 meow. Maybe Zombie says, yo, what up? What up, guys? The Bill and Zombies metaverse adventure. Mikey says, freaking go. Let's get that bread. Kuma says, what up, fam? What's up, Bill? How's it going? What's up? Meow, meow, meow. Mikey says, third base is more first base. That is true. That is true. All right. I know I have some stuff to go over here, so let's take a look-see. Is this all today? Oh, shit. All right. Where did we leave off yesterday? Details. Bitwise's Jeff Park says owning one Bitcoin is the new American dream for young investors. Fair point. When you realize faded AF spelled backwards is also faded AF. This happened on Golden Auctions yesterday. So there are these Grail cards in Pokemon, and you have the Pikachu Illustrator. That is the top of the top. Damn near everybody in the hobby wants that. That is the top of the mountain for Pokemon. It's a Pikachu Illustrator. I'm not a huge fan of it, but just the artwork I'm not a huge fan of. But everything else, it just hits. Again, it is the top of the top. That is the one that everyone wants. Below that, though, you have the Pikachu trophy cards. And the first place is good. The second place, I think, is better. And the third place, all right, so I'll show you the first place. Look at Pikachu, so proud. He's so proud. He's a little chunk, too. He's a little chunker. This one doesn't look as chunky. He's got the silver second place, and it looks very nice. It looks very, very beautiful. The third place is my favorite, though. He is just so happy just to be included. He's like, ciao. And that one's only a PSA 7, but together, first place is PSA 9, second place PSA 9, third place PSA 7. Sold for $463,000. You could have probably got this for like 25% of. No, that's a lie. You could have gotten this a few years ago for like maybe half of this, maybe half. So you have these. You have the super secret battle promo. You have the trophy Kangaskhan. That's the one that I have. I still have the highest sale for that. Very proud of myself. You have trophy Kangaskhan. Kind of think after that, Unicarp isn't that high. The Gust of Winds of Gust, forget what they're called. That's not that high either. But again, super secret battle promo. These guys, yeah, trophy Kangaskhan, and then the illustrator. Those are kind of like the grails. So yeah, I just really wanting to throw that out there, that if we get Pokemon, there's going to be a lot of money coming into this. Again, if we can get it. Shout out to the Solana Wolfpack that was on the channel before at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because they had gone over and they had said, hey, you know what? We're in Randy's comic. Let's come on to the show. And again, they shout out to them for being awesome. They do not have an artist yet, so if you want, or they might have an artist. I think they do. Space Penguins doesn't have an artist yet, and Ladies on Soul doesn't have an artist yet. And I have written the first page-ish for Nike the Pig, and Nike the Pig is it's actually Charles Hoskinson's pig, and he actually shouts them out every now and then. So we will get a shout out from the Face of Cardano, which will be really cool. Oh shoot! Sorry, my phone is dying apparently. And yeah, the next person that again, I am booked up for like the next month as far as writing. But the next person that wants to join, be advised, there is a wait list, and the prices have officially gone up multiple times now, because it's just I don't have the time. I am, if you are watching this and you have a thought like, should I not? If you can do it, I'm like the Brown Dwight Schrute. If you don't know who that is, he has this sales pitch with Jim, one of the best sales calls I've ever seen. And he says, I don't celebrate any major holidays. I don't get sick. I don't have a spouse. I don't have kids. I don't have anything. And he just goes and says, I work for you 24/7. In that same way, again, I don't celebrate major holidays. Now that I'm hurt, I can't even go out and like have like crazy fun. So you'll never see me like, oh, I had such a rough night last night. I work 24/7 for this. The only time when I actually don't work is literally when I'm sleeping. But I will work harder for you than anyone else in Web3 if you want to come in. And if you have the ability, do it, because this is not going to last very long. And what I mean by that is the option to come into the comic will not last very long, because we already have, just on our own, there's multiple cats, there's multiple dogs, there's multiple mollusks, and then you have multiple frogs, and that's just 4 species, and there's like a dozen characters in there. But then you have Sharby and her sheebs. So I write stuff for Sharby and the characters that I created. You have Tsunami from Chaos on the Chains. Then you have Krappy Bird with his birds, and I have some people over there. So again, it's that's just in the main series. And then you have the 2 Ladies on Soul. You have Space Penguins, where there's General Pepper. There's 3 of his like underlings. There's Jen the Penguin Princess. There's King Tux. That's 6. And that's just like in Penguins. There's also Neela Seal that's over there. There's also like there's humans in here too. We call them something different, but it's, and again, Saitama Wolfpack, Nike Pig Digijoints. I can only do so much. There's probably only a couple of projects left that I'd be willing to take on, and it would be in a delayed thing. Like I can't get to writing for another month at least. So if you can do it, and then that'll be it. People would have to pay an obscene price after that in order to get in what I believe will be a multi-million-dollar business. Anywho, let's move on here. Top VeVe hodlers. Let's go top VeVe sellers. You have Omaha Set Hike that sold 106 collectibles over the last 2 weeks from June 2nd to June 15th. You have Sunchard VeVe that sold 112 collectibles, so you're up to 218 right now. And then you have Matty Boom Boom that sold 154. So it's a 354 plus 18, 62, 72. So there's the top 3 people sold a combined of 372 collectibles in the last 2 weeks. Well, RH4C09 already outdoes them by buying 540 collectibles over the last 2 weeks. You have Expert44 that has bought 682 collectibles. And then you have Dr. Fuse buying 2,059 collectibles. God damn, that is insane. You need to have 1,741 collectibles to be in the top 500. Top 400, you need 1979. Top 300, you need 2,383. Top 200, you need 3,069. Oh my God. Top 100, you need 4,229 collectibles. Top 10, you need 14,583. And it gets really insane. Like if you double that, you'll be in third, but not by a lot. And then Dr. Fuse at 52,000. You have a big jump up there. Again, Dr. Fuse, number 2, he has twice as many collectibles as the number 3. I repeat, the number 3 has 26,000 collectibles. Dr. Fuse, that's number 2, has double that. Oh my God. And Bezojman, who added a modest 15 collectibles, has 66,144 collectibles. Honorable mentions: Mr. Rolex buying 252, Jayco buying 129, Stefano 8 buying 240, Indian Chief Classic buying 193, Kirby 1988 buying 184. You have Baby Berg buying 420. Is that you, Sean Berg? Is that you, Baby Berg? Buying 421 collectibles, so close to 420 Blaze It over the last 2 weeks. Elemental NFT 202 bought 124. Garnet 21K bought 133. Charles Osido buying 100, Professor Chaos buying 120, Philosophy buying 193, Klimster buying 147. So again, you have people like Eno buying 131 collectibles. You have Lastman buying 329, and it just doesn't get mentioned because it's just not in the top 3. Buy 329 collectibles and you're not in the top 3. Montreal Actor buying 115, Ferryman buying 211, Charlie NFT buying 102. So yeah, you have a lot of people in the top 100 that even if they're like Dung Dung Tak bought 127, even if you're not even buying 100 and just like, okay, Spud Wade buying 47, or Sabble Dunn buying 53, you know, there's so many people that are buying just a little bit, and that, you know, that levy's got to break at some point. So again, just shout out to them, just going absolute bonkers. Oh yeah, Sean Barr, you even say I bought almost 500 NFTs there on Stackr just last month or so. It's saying, at what point do we admit OTC buys might be also keeping OMI from moving? No volume, no pump, market appears flat, masking demand. I mean, some maybe. I did not say that this OTC deal was OMI related. So I mean, you might have that, but also OTC deals, what they can do is if you have somebody that wants to sell a large amount and they don't want to do it on the market, because if they do it on the market, it'll kill the chart. So I would argue the opposite, that OTC deals actually save the market, because you have people that want to sell and they will sell in the open market if they have to. But then you have some people like me like, oh, I know a bunch of whales. Let me go in and say, let me give them an option to buy some of these things at a discount. This way, everyone's happy. So again, that's what I would argue, because it's normally not people saying, hey, sell me your OMI at a discount, please. Sell me your OMI. Like most people don't, like, because that would be horribly inefficient. The best way to do that is knowing someone like me that knows all the whales and kind of knows, like, okay, yeah. And if I wanted to make a cold approach, like a pitch, be like, hey, you're a businessman, and whatever their business is in, whether it's greenhouses, whether it's in manufacturing, whether it's whatever it's in, what I would do is I would find them a project and be like, hey, I heard these people are doing this. They might want to do this. Could you do this? I'd need the money for it, but yeah, I could do that. What if I told you that I could put that money in your hands by the end of the week and you don't have to lift a finger? How do I do that? Sell me some OMI. Got to do it at a discount. You don't need to do it on the open market because you both know if you do that, what you sell is worth less. But I have a bunch of whales, and we can. And again, it's one thing if you say it. It's another thing if you show them an account like in escrow that has like $250,000, and then because then it becomes real. Like a lot of people would say, like they're like, yeah, no, I would never sell, I would never do this, and then because they've never seen like a certain amount of money, and then you flash them like 250 in cash, like 250,000 in cash, and then suddenly, oh, wow, that could be mine, because again, they've never seen it before. So that's what I would do, but again, that's normally inefficient. Most efficient way is knowing when somebody's going to sell. Be like, hey, let me help you out with this. Again, that's where I come in. BB Zombie says, yo, Kuma, what up? Meow, meow, meow. It says, did something happen to Definity? There will be a small announcement for Definity on Thursday, I believe. But right now it's just down 5%, as is a lot of things. Ooh. Almost says, good evening. They say, should VeVe migrate its NFTs from MutableX to DEVVE Layer 1 blockchain? I don't know how the DEVVX blockchain would do with NFTs. Probably fine. But I'm not 100% sure. Hold on one second here. We're all living to 300. I think they're fine on ImmutableX right now. I think they're chill. Almost saying, hey everyone, much love. What up? Meow, meow, meow. Oh yeah, Sean Bird, that was you. Woo. All right, let me get to some of the rest of this news here. There's literally a chick somewhere in Israel saying, hey, getting bombed, we stay lit, dancing to Nicki Minaj's Starships. The internet is so unserious. It's wild. Chaos on the Chains talking about meteorites. It's just a Chaos on the Chains thing. Shout out to them for being in the VeVe comics. That is going to pay off in spades for them. Mr. MC1 says New York Comic Con 2025. You had $800 in VIP tickets pre-sale. I don't know if anyone got those. Jimbo Lilingo got the secret, not secret rare, got the common special edition yesterday. Good for him. Interesting. Penguins, the cats on top, cool. Assassin and Tim Walt's associate Van Spolter is in custody after surrendering to police in the woods near Green Isle, Minnesota. Shout out to the police for and anyone else that helped law enforcement catch that guy. Good job on that. Short term, yep. Don't cycles. Okay. Where the fuck was I? I'm sorry, guys. Give me 1 second here to check. Shoot. Okay. Leave. Double shoot. Okay. Desan, this guy Crypto Desan says, "What if VeVe Pokemon VeVe official NFT? Like, this would be so cool. That'd be so cool if they could do something like that. God, maybe one day, right? Maybe one day VeVe can get Pokemon." Master Roni says, "Ready to witness the true potential of the VeVe-verse. This might just be the best work so far." He does a really cool video on that, which is pretty sweet. Went over that. Metaplanet has bought 16.88 billion yen worth of Bitcoin, which I don't think is that much, but they now hold 10,000 Bitcoin worth $1 billion. Good for them. CoinShares has officially filed S1 for a Solana ETF. Shout out to them for that. Was up Crazy Dan 420. Thank you for being a member. We appreciate your business. Went over Metaplanet. Digital asset investment products saw 1.9 billion in inflows last week, marking the 9th consecutive week and a record year-to-date total of 13.2 billion. Vietnam passes landmark law recognizing crypto assets. MicroStrategy has acquired 10,100 Bitcoin for $1 billion at $104,080 per Bitcoin. Crypto group Tryon is going to go public after U.S. pauses probe into billionaire founder. And Trump's Truth Social has filed for a dual Bitcoin and Ethereum ETF. Interesting. And I guarantee you they're going to market the crap out of that. There were 17 unique on-chain initiatives announced by F100 companies in Q1 2025, which ties the second highest quarterly activity recorded. And over the last 3 quarters, Q3 of 24 to Q1 25, there were 46 unique on-chain initiatives. Wild. Cointelegraph says, bullish BlackRock COO says bringing traditional capital markets into the digital world will define the next decade. And DEVVE Exchange goes in and says, we've been preparing for something. I think it's that. Link down below to the link down below to the DEVVE Exchange. Make an account. Get a referral code. Most projects are scrambling to quickly react to TradFi's entry into crypto, but DEVVE has been preparing for years. Their layer 1 DEVVE-X is battle tested, patented, and purpose-built for the scale of global finance. This is the beginning of our market capture. Preach, preach. Not a problem, not a problem. Putting OMI. Oh, Sean Berg says putting OMI on Stackr has finally made him a master. He's level 81 and is now getting 5,600 points per day. And he's a master collector. We got that. Great. Oh. We have a Blaine's Charizard BGS 9 that sold for 1,100. I remember getting Charizard PSA 10 for like $600. Remember we paying one for 420. Blaze it. Very guy to sell his only for daCAT. He's doing the opposite. Ha ha ha. Yeah, it would. Wind in the wind. Let me see what the daCAT is. Ethereum. Oh, Ethereum's actually up the last hour now. Okay, we went down to 2,525 ish, and now we're up. So that little. So maybe that's all we dipped. Maybe, I mean, who knows? Who knows? Let me take a look at daCAT here because I think somebody might have just sold again. I don't think so. I mean, someone sold like $50 worth. So I don't think that's really anything. Moving on here. There is, all right, so the Mario Pikachus, I've had all of those at PSA 10, but then there's Pikachu that's wearing Rayquaza, Shiny Rayquaza, Charizard, Shiny Charizard, Latios, oh, that's Magikarp, Gyarados, and I don't know what type of Pikachu that is at the bottom, but all of these PSA 10 had sold for $69,000. Everyone comment nice down below for the 69. Again, all PSA. What is that at the bottom? I have no idea what it's supposed to be. But anyway, there was a Ancient Mew 2000 Pokemon that was sold for $1,365. There was a base set box, not even a first edition, just I actually don't know if this is if it could potentially be shadowless or unlimited, but it's for $26,250. Shining Gyarados at a tag 10 sold for $17,000. Would have been more if it was like PSA or BGS. I don't know tag that well. Another set of these sold for $69,300. And then randomly a Blue Eyes, a Red Eyes Black Dragon PSA 10 sold for $12,000. Remember, I got those for super cheap. And another set of these sold for $66,000. Heckin' wild. And a 2003 Pokemon Aquapolis Lugia. It's one of the best ones out there. Sold for $21,000. The best one out there would be a first edition PSA 10 Lugia from Neo Genesis. That is first appearance Lugia. That's worth like $80,000, maybe $100,000 at this point. I don't know. Lil Ren says things are heating up. Things are going crazy. Things are going wild. Wild and Crazy Kids. That was a show on Nickelodeon back in the day, right? 30 years ago. Josh Foster says, sold my second item on Stackr last night, listed it, and literally sold 5 minutes later. Super easy to use, and now I have 400,000 more OMI to spend or save. So many great deals on it. He might have actually sold a Superman to Sean Berg. Who knows? Omar saying, Walmart releasing Pokemon pre-order Black and White today. Looks like it'll sell out, of course. It would be awesome if VeVe can do Pokemon TCG in the future. The battle in VeVe like Pokemon Go. For cards, it's going to be hard because there's already TCG Pocket. I don't know if cards would work because like you already have on TCG Pocket. Again, might be hard. I would want the high-end 3D. I guess you could do both. You could do cards and the high-end 3D, but it's just for the in order. Like VeVe is collectibles, and there's nothing really collectible about a card if you could infinitely mint boxes, right? Because you don't know how many there could be. Like, okay, let's say 1 out of every 32 boxes will have like a Charizard, right? Like that. That's not it. Because back in the day, you got 36 packs, and 12 of them, a third of them would be a holo, right? Now there's 16 holos in the original set, and out of the 16 holos, so if you got 12 holos and they were all different, which likely wasn't the case, you'd have it 75% done. But it's possible that you get like 2 Chanseys, 2 Blastoise, 2 Hitmonchans. That's like, okay, that's 6 out of the other 12 that I need. You know, you might need to open like 3 different boxes. But that was when things were that was the crazy 90s. You had 1 mint run of first edition, 1 mint run of shadowless, and then like 8 or 9 mint runs of unlimited. And then you had, nowadays, it's like 1 out of every several boxes, you'll have that super secret rare. But if there's so many people, like think like Willy Wonka, that girl's dad, like everyone ripping open chocolate bars. You have a really strange thing where you like right now on VeVe, you know how many are going to be minted. But if you have cards on there, they're infinitely inflationary, hyperflationary, and you never know, like, oh, my card's great. And this always happens in Pokemon. A new set will come out, someone will live or like pay a crazy amount of money to get it graded by BGS, get it graded by PSA, like in the first week, right? It'll be the first one graded PSA 10. They're like, oh my God, it's the first one. It's a 1 of 1. Someone will pay $10,000 for it. And then slowly but surely, more and more will be graded PSA 10, BGS 10. And then it goes from like $10,000 to $8,000 to $4,000 to $2,000. And it happens every single time. And if you have Pokemon cards, don't make them collectible. Make them hyperinflationary like they're supposed to be. Just you want to use it to play the game, right? If you have the high-end 3D digital collectibles, then it needs to be scarce. So again, there's definitely a way to do it. We could definitely do both. VeVe's got to say though, like, hey, we are a high-end 3D digital collectibles company, collectibles, but we're expanding into the TCGs, which are not collectible. Like you can collect them if you want, but they're not collectibles as far as like they're not scarce, they're not rare, hyperinflationary. There's no set amount, right? For instance, when OMI pumps, I'll buy as many waltz as I can. Might happen soon. Might happen. Oh, hang on. Second best day. Yeah. Really need. Oh, very. I guess that's cool. Very good. Might have some daCAT news next month too. I mean, there's daCAT news all the time, right? But we might have more next month. Abe says, you just started. First one here. Let's get this bread. if you were VeVe, would you raise funds right now from investors? How much would you raise and at what valuation? Let's say if VeVe's worth like 100 million, right? David has other businesses. David has, I would, it depends how much you love your business, right? So if I'm David and I have bled for this company, it'll come out one day, Netflix documentary, Disney Plus documentary, what David has gone through. Guys, I've been tortured, and I'm pretty sure that I have not gone through the hell that David has gone through these past few years. He would not have gone through that if he didn't love this company, if he didn't love what it was doing, and if he didn't see a way to make a couple $1 billion in the future, right? Like the ends for David, I'm sure will justify the means. Would he go through all of this again? Absolutely not. This was torture for him. But at this point, because he did go through all of that, if I were him, I would sell my businesses, like all of my other ones, right? And it's like, well, Chavez, why would you do that? That gives you like recurring revenue. That gives that's the one that helps give you stuff, right? Maybe he has multiple properties. I would sell. I would go all in, as David has, I think, mostly done, where I would not distract myself with anything else. Like what I'm doing right now with daCAT, I am constantly having meetings. I'm constantly. Let me just show you guys. All right, so here's May, right? Here's May. There's one day on the 31st that I didn't have anything scheduled. Still working, doing other stuff. Here's June so far. What day are we on? We're on the 16th. There's, like I said, I work from the time I get up until the time I go to bed. And how much would you? So I would, if I were David, I would not distract myself with anything else. Like I don't hang out with a lot of friends. I don't even talk to a lot of my friends right now, because again, this is like when I started my first business after the military, I was putting in 50, 60 hours a week. Not a crazy amount. Even at first it was like 50, and I was still doing other stuff, right? Like I was getting really good shape. I was still able to hang out with some friends. I was still able to do stuff. But 2018, where I was like, okay, I'm going to make some freaking money. Now, I would go on vacation a few times a year, but it was work nonstop. And then my liver decided to shut down, and then my appendix exploded. So 2018, I almost died like 3 times. 4 if you count the Oliver fiasco. Anyway, then I started getting into the Pokemon cards, and then Tesla, and then by 2020, I had started a second company for Pokemon cards. So now I'm working like 80 hours a week. Built 2 successful businesses, closed them both down because I decided I wanted to settle down. I wanted to be with my girlfriend. Wanted to eventually settle down with her and her dog and her 3 cats and her rat and do stuff, right? Well, a year later, that went out the window and we broke up because I got obsessed with VeVe. And then I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take this YouTube channel to a crazy freaking level. It took 4 years, and now it's worth, well, the last valuation before I raised money was $250,000, and now it's worth quite a bit above that. I'm still doing that in conjunction with building daCAT, and it is probably going to take me another 4 years to build daCAT to a several $100,000. I don't know how long this would take. Maybe $1 million valuation. I don't know. Again, the token by itself, that'll go crazy. But the actual IP and what I do for it, like, you have to build it out first. And I'm building a very, very strong foundation with a bunch of characters that are amazing. People are going to love them. And I don't have a Switch 2, and I like love Nintendo, right? If I were David, I would sell my other businesses. I would sell any extra properties. I would sell most other stuff. And then I would sell part of the company. And then I would, however much it's worth, 80 million, 150 million, I'd sell like 5-10%, give or take. And what I would do with that is I would take a look at, hire someone to come in and be like, okay, be Mr. Futter. Be someone that finds everything wrong with this company. And then hire someone else, or even that person, be like, okay, here's the things that are wrong. What are the solutions? And then how to best implement those. Could you do that with your current staff? Sure. What are the problems? What are the solutions? And why aren't the solutions being done? I'm sure. But again, it's this like my companies that I ran, like small peanuts compared to VeVe. Like VeVe is a complex ecosystem of people. It's a living, breathing organism, and I've never ran a business like that. It'd be really easy to say like, oh, I'd probably fix this, I'd probably do that. But where does that fall in the priority list? Again, it's very, very complex. Maybe I understand a small amount of it, but if I were to raise capital, then suddenly, well, the best time to raise capital is when you don't need it. So they should have done it, 4 years ago, even 3 years ago. Because again, that's the best time to raise capital. But right now, yeah, that's you might not want to give 5 or 10% of it away at this valuation. What would I use it for? I mean, you could allocate some towards, well, if there was an extra, let's say like 50 million, like there's not, right? But let's say even an extra like 5 million, let's say 10, let's say it's worth 100 million, and so he gets 10 million, right? I would take 0.1% and buy 10% of daCAT, right? Because I would see how hard this person's working and be like, yeah, I'm going to bet on him. An American dev from a top tier company, Apple, Google, have him run the tech side for a bit. And this way, you could have a team of immigrants, you could have a team from, wherever in the third world country, as long as the main person is, I think, one of those tech people from these first world country, from a first world country, from a major Fortune 500 company. And with that, you could use Copilot as a 3x lever. You can go on and get a lot of, you can get, especially with AI now, a lot of people think that AI is going to take away jobs. And it will for sure for some. But if let's say I'm VeVe, and let's say you're paying these like third world devs like, I don't know, 40, 50 grand, or even like an American dev, like, right? Let's say you're paying them 80 grand a year and you have 3 of them. And now AI lets them do 40 hours worth of work in 10 hours, right? So let's say you have 4 devs, 80 grand a year. And now you have AI that can help them do 40 hours worth of work in 10 hours. Now, most everyone would say like, okay, well, you could fire 3 guys, save $250,000 a year, 240K, right? and then put the rest of that work onto this one guy. Now he could do his normal 40 hours worth of work. You don't have to get rid of those guys. But here's where you're missing the big point. You could do that and save, 240K a year, or you could keep these guys at the same exact pay rate, and suddenly they're not doing cumulatively, they're not doing 160 hours worth of work each week. Now they're doing 640 hours worth of work each week because of that 4x lever, right? Like they each can do 40 hours worth of work in 10 hours. That means if you keep them at full time, that's 640 hours worth of work. So you've basically hired, you've like quadrupled the dev team without having to pay an extra cent. And what happens when you can do that, and you could generate so much more value on your guys, and the pay rate is the same, right? Like the price, their salary is what you pay, but the value is what you get. The price is staying the same, but the value from those guys is increasing with AI. So what normally happens when you can get a lot of value from something? You step on the gas. You go in and you hire more. You can double down or triple down. So if I were to raise a certain amount of money, and I could use, again, one of those crazy guys from Google, Apple, Amazon, wherever, and they could figure out how to use Copilot or use AI as this like 3x lever, that's where I would focus on. Is like dev team, like anything, like focus on games, focus on VeVe, focus on whatever the heck it is that you get the most value out of. And that's where I would go in. And I know there's a long road to walk to get to this point, but again, that's just what I'm talking. What's up, John Dingby saying yo yo yo? I love your profile picture. Bill Garner says Kuma says what up? Meow, meow. Bill Garner says no, being sick is the worst. What's up, Bill Gardner? Give me the ghost face. And it says we need more whales buying OMI. We need advertising inside the parks. What parks, bro? What parks? Not bad, kid. Annualized. Oh, okay. This is dope. Give me 1 second. Date. Oh, okay. All right. Sorry, I have to get something in the perfect screenshot here real quick. Not bad margins, kid. Not bad margins. Yeah, Definity's going to the moon at some point. I don't know when. I don't know where, but it's happening. Going to the absolute moon at some point. The BB Jesus. Hey, Randy, our savior. He's back. He's back. He died to protect us, and he resurrected to save us. He's back. All right. All at the VV Jesus. Oh God, this camera. Okay. Oh, why does it look? It looked so good before, and then it just suddenly. All right, whatever. Anyway, thank you for being here, Jesus. Zombie says, "Hey Randy, I know you didn't get a skin today on Earth 2, but you got to check it out. It's called the Crimson Tide. Oh, that sounds great. Crimson Tide sounds pretty epic. Not gonna lie, should get that. Is it available still? I don't know if it is. Echo 712 says, I definitely lost my sales job last year with a pretty big tech company to AI. Figured like sales like wouldn't be impacted by AI because sales is like, especially like older people don't want to talk to AI. Although a lot of older people can't freaking tell. So I was 7,500 less in less than a few hours. Oh, that's what they did. All right. Good times. Good times, Earth 2. Get that bread. Not bad. So I was charged $48,000 to build an app that I did 80% of it with AI for free. So stay tuned. I am staying tuned. You were quoted. Yes, yes, yes. It's not good, Abe. It's straight up not good. Oh yeah, I would love to get advertising inside of them. When? I don't know. I don't know. My back is also not good. It's horrible, but the horrors persist. But so do I. Was this yesterday? It was earlier today. Oh yeah, this is earlier today, where Iran is preparing for the largest and most intense missile attack in history on Israeli soil, from the Iran state media. Behind every hero is a cat with a needle, a dream, and a dangerously low attention span. Super suit loading. Gotta love SHIRO. Base DGen on base, 34,000 followers. Going off and talking about Krappy Bird today. So again, you have Dex tools, you have this, good times. Krappy Bird had their first Nest talks today. I forget what time that was. It was 7 p.m. UTC. I think that's 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But they had that. That was cool. Also, I forgot to ask you guys to do me a flavor, so I'm going to get to that flavor right now. That is asking y'all to smash that like button, por favor. Smash it, smash it. That'd be great if y'all could. Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan. All I wanna be is a dad that gets to see his son turn into a Super Saiyan. Sorry, hooking stuff up. VeVe Digital Collectible says the tunes from propaganda continue with the last is first place. Last place is first place. The 6th record in Ron English's Delusionville series. Nice guys finish flat. You're running out of gas. The original track, the Turtles, remind us that the last place is actually first place in the very next race. The rabbits are faster, wolves are stronger, but no one outlasts the turtle in patience and fortitude. Last place is first place. Record number 6 drops on Wednesday, June 18th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. My back is killing me, so I have to go hang on this. Oh God, this thing over here, and I'm going to button my pants so that you don't see my booty. Oh, it hurts. I don't know why, but pull-ups make it feel just a little bit better. Come a little bit closer, you're my kind of man. Big and so strong. Come a little bit closer. I'm all alone, and the night is so. Sorry. Pop Culture Gaming Anniversary. First release in Japan on this day. On this day, I see clearly. June 16, 1978. Space Invaders is one of the most iconic video games in history. Space Invaders was an arcade game released in '78 and designed by Tomohiro Nishikado, originally sold and manufactured by Taito in Japan. In North America, it was licensed by Midway. It's one of the earliest shooters and has spawned several sequels and remakes. Do you play Space Invaders in the original arcade? How old do they think we are? What is your favorite space video game of all time? Star Fox. 64. 100% Star Fox. Something in my eye. Pull-ups cure everything. I mean, they help me, I guess. Oakley Meta glasses seem to be launching on Friday, as the two companies are both teasing a joint June 20th launch. Interesting. Shout out to Eagle. Eagle is level 50. Shout out to him. JP Morgan files JPMD trademark, hinting at a stable coin. Oh, okay. X suspends crypto meme coin platform Pump Fun. They actually suspended a lot. They suspended BullX.io. They suspended GMGNAI, Bloom Trading, and Pump.Fun. They suspended a lot of crypto things today. Mass Effect trilogy. I've heard. I throw this up on a vampire. I've heard Mass Effect is one of the. There's BioShock. There's Microsoft. Xbox had so many hits. They had so many bangers. Mass Effect, BioShock. What was the one with like Coltrane? Gears of War. Yeah, they just had, again, Halo, Last of Us. They just had. Was Last of Us Michael? I don't think it was. I think that was Sony. Who made Last of Us? Naughty Dog began developing Last of Us in 2009, following the release of Uncharted 2. Interesting. I did not know that, but now I do. All right, let me see. Ooh, still not. Bitcoin is actually okay. All right, so not a bad recovery here. I mean, it's still not great, but had that little dip and see where it goes. Where's the rest of my stuff here? How long? Okay, all right, we're almost done with this. There's a new Spider-Man comic. It's not new. It was made in 2018, but it looks cool. Like, the cover looks cool. I don't think this is. I don't know if this comic is going to be good or not. Probably not, right? But it looks great, and I'll get it just for the cover. Bowza says, "Never be afraid to speak your mind. I remember in 2022 when I was working as a moderator for an NFT project, I started calling out all the red flags the team was doing behind the scenes with the community. Almost immediately, I got removed from the team chats and received some negative DMs from the core team saying that I'm tarnishing the reputation of the project. 2 weeks later, the project rubbed. Moral of the story, never be afraid to call out the BS, even if you're on the same side." Memezilla, yeah, daCAT, #1 on Memezilla. Meow, 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 meow. Love that. Japan and Iran hold talks on regional development after Israel strikes. The Japanese foreign minister held a phone call with Iran's foreign minister to discuss recent regional developments following military aggression by Israel. Both sides exchanged views on situations and its implications. Also, speaking of which, there was a announcement. Was Watcher Guru suspended? Oh, no, they're good. You had the US and the UK officially sign documents to finalize a new trade deal. Can't wait to get those details. And Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong holds talks with UK policymakers in London to discuss crypto. The US made a deal, and now Brian Armstrong. That interesting. I think something funky is going on there, but if it's good for crypto, I'm not gonna lie, I don't care. It's good for crypto, I will take that. And yeah, DEVVE not bad on the day. A lot of stuff not. Oh, yeah, a lot of stuff not bad, but some stuff a little bad. Let's continue on. Where were we? Yep, the report. Khaki Gaijin says, "I have the power to increase my vault value by billions and billions because the common Jenny Pink Venom #1, there's none in the market." And apparently he has one. A shout out to Probitus Virtus for winning the most recent VeVe giveaway on the VeVe Batman thing that they had yesterday. I'll go for another 7 minutes and then I'll dip. Invoice. Oh, very good. I did want ETH, but that's fine. Okay, good. I don't like USDT. I want ETH. Or USDC would be great. Over that. Let me give this to my friendos, wherever they are. Dex 2. Come on, where are they? Where are my friends? Okay, there we are. I'm going to give them that article I shared to y'all before about the DEX tools and about VeVe, mostly about Krappy Bird, but it is about VeVe. I mean, they talked about it. DEX tools mentioned VeVe in an article today, and mentioning daCAT as well. Actually, I had to give this to my boys too. Can I send it to 2 people at once? I think I can. I can forward it to both daCAT. Oh shoot! Can I forward this to 2 people at once? Okay, 1, and then where's the other daCAT people? 2. Message is like VeVe, or sorry, Dex Tools mentions daCAT. Yee. Okay, cool. There's that, and I think, all right, we're good. Let's go to X and see what the X people are talking about, and then we will go over and talk about it. Starlink is transforming global education from anywhere. Millions worldwide remain isolated from education, cut off by geography, conflict, or infrastructure failures. Starlink is solving this critical problem. Leveraging its revolutionary low Earth orbit satellites, Starlink delivers fast, reliable internet connectivity directly to classrooms in even the most remote locations. From refugee camps to disaster zones and rural villages, Starlink's rugged, portable terminals instantly enable high-performance online learning, no infrastructure needed. This means underserved students could finally have equal access to virtual classrooms, interactive lessons, and digital resources. Starlink isn't just bridging the digital divide, it's eliminating it completely, powering every child with the opportunity to learn no matter where they live. I don't care what you think about Elon. This is a major net positive for humanity. What he's doing right here. Amazing. Don't know what that is. Oh, okay. Domino's on King Street or K Street Northwest, Washington, D.C., nearby the White House, is experiencing a huge surge in activity. That is the Pentagon Pizza Index right at work there. Oh, okay. Both Domino's near the White House have dropped in traffic as of around 9:18 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Good. Maybe it's over. Yeah. Right. Don't be burning American flags, kids. Not cool. People talking about toilet dust. That's interesting. Toilet dust is they're an interesting folk. O'Milly says, shows that are proudly supported by VeVe, aside from my regular chill ones. This week's winners are Collectors Gone Digital, Omar, and Mr. Rolex. Awesome sauce. Love it. Amazing spaces, O'Milly. Get that bread. Did I give him hearts? I gave him hearts. I said it was awesome. Let's go on to the brand. Oh, God. Bernie Sanders pushes law to block Iran war as tensions escalate. Senator Sanders has introduced the No War Against Iran Act to prevent the U.S. use of federal funds for any military action against Iran without specific congressional approval. Legislation comes amid escalating Israeli strikes and fears of wider U.S. involvement. It reinforces... They killing me? Reinforces that only Congress can authorize war, reaffirming constitutional limits on presidential power. Welcome back, anti-war left. We missed you. Backed by key Senate Democrats, the bill includes an exception for self-defense. Lawmakers behind the measure warn that reckless moves risk destabilizing the region, drawing America into another costly war and endangering U.S. forces and civilians. See, on the one hand, I got a bunch of friends that are still in, and I want them to stay safe. On the other hand, I know what it's like to be in and constantly want deployments, and I don't want to keep my friends from living their best life. Now, you might think, Chavez, being deployed in a war zone, that doesn't sound like the best way to live life. And I'll tell you, when you're in, you don't care. I mean, when you're there, all you want is a 6-pack, a recline chair, and like a pizza in front of like a football game, right? But as soon as you're back stateside, not 72 hours, not 48 hours after you're back, do you want nothing more than to be back in a deployed location? I swear on all that is holy, that is exactly what happens. I don't know why it happens. We all feel it. So again, on the one hand, don't want my friends to go to dangerous places. On the other hand, it's what they signed up for. They make a little cheddar, some hostile fire pay, some imminent danger pay. If they're married, they get family separation pay. So, you know, and it's tax-free. So, you know, gotta get that bread. There's spaces that Emoji is having that VeVe has retweeted. Oh, we got a new comment. Mikey says, hypocritical, anti-war left, that is. I remember the first time this happened. Obama literally wins the Nobel Peace Prize and bombs Yemen like 6 hours after winning. Oh, thank you for this Nobel Peace Prize. Yeah, you can just go ahead and bomb Yemen now. And Democrats are just like, soon as Trump gets into office, better not start a war. Like, do you know what Obama just did? So again, I've experienced this before, where the anti-war left comes back, and I welcome them with open arms. Come here, let's hug it out, boys. Let's hug it out. So yeah, Marvel Comics news is, oh, he reposted the stream. My man, get that bread, get that bread. I see he reposted. Cointelegraph is just in. The Senate will hold its final passage vote on Genius stablecoin bill tomorrow at 4:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, marking the last vote before the legislation moves to the House. Very nice. Emoji is on a space right now. VeVe Magic is playing with horses. Guys, there is something, I don't know what it's called, but you have these girls that have, like, you know, like it's a stick with a horse head, and you have it when you're like 4, maybe. So there's a sport where these girls, and Grant, you might think like, yeah, and I've seen, like, they pretend like they're riding a horse, and they jump over like massive hurdles, and it's like, it looks not great. Like, it looks like this, it looks very weird and very strange. But then because they're pretending to ride a horse, right? But then you see these like massive hurdles that these girls just clear, and it's like, even when I was healthy, I was never able to do that. And it's just like, not gonna lie, respect. Might be a weird sport, but damn it if those jumps aren't impressive. Hi, Red. What's up, Mr. MC1? Going to San Diego Comic-Con, please answer the poll in the VeVe Gold logo telegram. I may or may not be getting surgery around that same week. If it's before then, definitely can't. Yeah, not gonna. I don't know. I'll keep you all posted. But definitely not going to San Diego. Who's that? Okay, good. Quack Life says, join us every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for crypto technical analysis with Crypto Stoner Fam and TWAP Trades. It's not Taps Trades, it's TWAP. I have no idea who that is. I don't know if they're good or not. But it's interesting. I think I'm gonna go to that space on, yeah, it's gonna be on Thursday. I'm so busy. Yeah. Kind of don't. Meow. Give 1 second. Remember up front though. When am I supposed to jump out instead of the cat? Well, the article was about Krappy Bird. I just had them mention VeVe and OMI. Actually, I'm going to send this to Mr. MC1 as well. Mr. MC1, I'm going to send you a text. Blah, 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 blah. Meow, 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 meow. I'm just going to send that. Saying Dex Tools mentions VeVe and daCAT. Very good, very good. Where was I here? We were on X. Okay. Trump orders direct Iran talks as Rubio and Hegseth rush to White House Situation Room. Oh, lordy. That's definitely what how long ago was this? 20 minutes ago. Okay. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is flying back to Washington tonight with Trump, was reportedly instructed his team to seek an immediate direct meeting with Iranian officials as the crisis escalates. Pokemon. Matt Wallace, what are you doing, bro? What are you doing? I'm glad that you follow me, but bro, what are you doing? Marin Awful says, Ronaldo sends Trump signed jersey with message for peace to President Donald J. Trump, playing for peace. That I always loved Ronaldo. Obviously, he's like the best soccer player in the world, like ever, but also because of a lot of the stuff that he's done, a lot of what he stands for. Really like the peace. Drop link. That was it. Got the link. There you go. Yeah, I get that. Could have been written a bit differently. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point, my man. Fair point. Okay, going back to this. The closest gay bar to the Pentagon, Freddy's Beach Bar, is currently reporting below average activity. Domino's being high and at the bar being low is classic indicator that something is indeed afoot at the Pentagon. I had no idea that there was a gay bar index as well. I knew well about the Pentagon Pizza Index, but the Pentagon Gay Bar Index is not something that I knew about. And apparently, okay, all right, you know what? That's just the world we live in, and not that there's anything wrong with that. Seinfeld joke. Anyway, guys, I have so much stuff to do. I have to bounce. Everyone, please comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. We love you. Okay, where's bye-bye, Dashi. All right, I love y'all. All right. End stream. Oh, what should my go out song be? Get your motor running. Head out on the highway. Looking for adventure. And whatever comes our way. Yeah, I gotta